Say hi if you're jumping on. Say hi. I go live every Thursday. You never know what time, so hit the notification button so you can be up to date on what day I go live. But it will be every Thursday, and it is every Thursday. Getting some water. My allergies been acting up. So today we're going to be talking about finding your joy in the chaos. I know so many people are dealing with so many different things, and it doesn't matter like what you have going on in your life. You have to find the joy inside of you. You have to create that joy. You have to find the happiness inside of you. Because one thing you're going to know about this life, about this journey of life that we know about already, is that you're going to have up and down. It doesn't matter how much money you got, what you perceive that you got, all the different things. That does not matter at all. You're going to have seasons. You're going to have times, you're gonna have stuff where stuff is going on in your life, like legitimately, like people, like I'm telling you, it doesn't matter how much you think you got or whatever, you're still gonna have stuff going on. So why not find joy in those moments? Why not find joy in yourself? Why not find happiness in yourself? And every time you decide to make the decision to find joy within yourself and abundance within yourself and love within yourself, you are choosing another timeline. You are choosing another paradigm. You're creating a new reality. And that is what we talk about over here at Founders of the New Earth. We talk about making those choices in everyday life and everyday decisions. And every time we make that choices in alignment with us and our higher calling and our higher purpose, then therefore we're studying making this wave of collective change within the collective in general. So let me get ready to share this live to my story. That's what I did not do. Let me share. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I go live every Thursday talking about the inner work, alchemy, transformation, all the different things. And this is Founders of the New Earth, where we talk about these things. Because when we work on ourselves, we can collectively start to working on each other as well. Because when we heal ourselves, we put out a vibration in the field that starts to heal in the collective as well. So yes, it's so important for us to do our internal work, because it not only transforms our life, it also transforms the people around us life. It also transforms the collective life, people in nature. It transforms the whole paradigm. And that's what we are doing. We're creating a new reality in live time. We're not waiting for the new earth. The new earth is being built right now in live time. And it's being built through every last one of us and decisions that we make. Are we going to continue to choose chaos, or are we going to choose peace? Are we continue to choose lack, or are we going to choose abundance? We have the choice to make. The split is already here. Last week, I talked about the split. Hey, love, thank you for liking the live. I talked about the split. And so we're seeing the split in people. We're seeing the split in people that we know, like legitimately. I see it in so many different arenas in my life or whatever, where people are on just different wavelengths. Like we're living on the same planet, but legitimately living on different wavelengths. Hey, look, hey, Carter, what are you doing? Hey, how you doing? I didn't know you had a TikTok now. How the family doing? Yeah, so it is so important to do your internal work. It's so important to love yourself. It's so important. Good, how are you? We're good. Did your mom tell you that we moved? I told her we moved, so I'm pretty sure. I don't know if she told you or not. But yeah. So make sure that you are choosing joy. You are choosing happiness, because you have that choice to make. You can't allow your external reality, whatever is going on in your life, whatever's going on in your reality, make you decide on how you're going to feel. Like, it's going to always be stuff going on. I don't care. It's going to always, even when you have money, you got different problems. You still got problems. You just got different problems. And money can't solve all problems. So it don't even matter. You still got stuff going on. So with that being said, you get a chance to choose. Am I happy? I don't care if you are legitimately living in hell, or it seems like everything is burning around you, you can still be happy. I talked about this on a few lives back. Me and my boyfriend, we was going somewhere, and I saw this homeless guy, and it just filled my heart with so much joy, because I saw him on the side of the street, and the first time I saw him or whatever, he was just out there, he was meditating, and I was like, look at him, he in his energy, he in his zone, he meditated, you can tell he homeless, tell he don't have anything, but he was in his peace and his energy. Then the next time we had came back through the same location, and he was walking or whatever, and he was walking and doing this and just like sending out love with his heart and stuff like that. And I'm looking like, oh my goodness, that is so beautiful. Legitimately, you cannot have nothing and still be happy, because your happiness does not decide on this external reality. It decides when you decide that you're going to be happy, that you're going to be joy, that you're going to be peace, that you're going to be all the different things. And when you decide inside, that's how your external reality flips. And then you start experiencing it outside, externally. So it always starts internally for you to be able to experience it externally. Let me know where you're turning in from. Say hi if you're jumping on. I go live every Thursday. I talk about the inner work, alchemy, transformation, doing your internal work, us doing this work together because we collectively are doing this together. We're collectively shifting the new paradigm. We are the founders of the new earth. If you're on this live, you are a founder. You have something. Your energy is meant to be felt and heard in this collective, and you need to be doing what your soul is calling you to do. And so we all have a calling. We all have something. It doesn't matter if your calling looks big or small or anything else to anybody else. We do not compare. We do not judge because we all got what we're meant to do here. But with that being said, we have to go inside of ourselves and discover that part of ourselves and pull back the layers and pull back the trauma and pull back the wounds and pull back all the different things that has happened to us in our life that wasn't us, that made us the personality that we came out to be. A lot of times, I'm telling you, when we're walking around unhealed, you don't love the person that you are. You do not. I'm telling you that from personal experience. You do not love the person that you are. It's not until you start to loving yourself, healing yourself, self-care, spending time with yourself, meditating daily. I tell people, if you can't meditate and spend time for yourself, this world is going to drag you because you're going to be pulled in 50 million directions on where you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to move, everything else. And then you don't know and sit with the God inside of you, your inner God. Thank you so much, love. Your inner God. Then how you going to know how to move in this reality? You're going to be listening to your parents tell you this, society tell you this, go get this job, go get that. You might be meant to make the next $1 billion company that's going to transform the future, the world. Like, legitimately. But you're listening to somebody else and what people are telling you, oh, don't do this, don't do that. I'm telling you. Everything that I have done when I stepped out on faith works out. It might have looked chaotic. It might have looked scary. On paper, it might have looked like that should not have been able to be physically possible. But the Most High made a way. The God inside of me made a way. And it will make a way. Only thing you have to do is align your energy, vibrationally align yourself with what it is that you're wanting, because what you want already wants you. It's already here for you. You just have to allow it to unfold. And the unfolding is letting go what no longer serves. That's what it is. You can't. We talk about manifestation and stuff. You can't get all this stuff you want and you ain't dropped the baggages. You ain't let go of the trauma. You ain't let go of the wounds and all this stuff. Now, I'm not saying you can't get rich and have wounds. Of course you can. We see it daily. That's why people are dealing with greed and stuff like that. But in the same token, you can have money and be devoid inside. Have no life, no soul, no nothing, baby. And I'd rather be broke and happy than to be wealthy and devoid and don't have a soul inside. I'm just saying. So what I'm saying is, if you want to live in alignment with yourself overall, I'm talking about every area of your life, you have to go inside of yourself and look at the things that are stopping you, because you are stopping yourself. Nobody is here to save you. Nobody is going to save you. We have to save ourselves. And by saving ourselves, we have to look inside. We have to go within. And when you go within, you discover the God within you, which I tell people all the time. I can't tell your relationship with God. A pastor can't tell your relationship with God. Nobody can. You have to discover what their relationship is within you. And so you have to do that by going in, by traveling your internal universe. Like, I love traveling my internal universe. Like, legitimately, even when I'm traveling through dark, deep energies that I'm transforming, I love traveling my internal universe. I love my universe. Yes, I really do, because I understand the alchemy of emotions. I understand the inner alchemy of transforming yourself. I have went through so many D and rebirths and studied going through them over and over. That's a part of the journey. You're going to continue to go through D and rebirths. I ain't saying the D word because, to be mindful of what I say. So you get what I'm saying. But you're going to go through so many of them. And that's a part of the journey. And you get used to it. Pattern recognition is so important. I talk about that a lot too. When you see the patterns in this reality, you start learning how to move in this reality. See, we weren't taught these things, and we're having to learn them now in live time. We're having to learn nervous system regulation, emotional intelligence, what trauma is, looking at our trauma, healing our trauma, letting go of our trauma, claiming back what is truly ours, waking up to our calling, our inner child, living the life that we want to create, how we want to show up, without worrying about what people think about you. Like, legitimately, like, why do we even sit here and worry about what people think about us? Legitimately. Like, when you love yourself and know yourself, people can say whatever the hell they want to say about you. Because you ain't did nothing wrong to nobody. You ain't did nothing to anybody. People can say and think whatever they want to think. When you know and love yourself, it doesn't bother you. It just washes off of you. And I know that from personal experience, because when I did not love myself, it bothered me. It bothered me in so many, then that's where people pleasing come in at. But when you start to loving yourself and you start to setting this energy within yourself, you start to mastering yourself. Self-mastery is everything what this channel is about. Because when you master yourself, you master your reality. When you master yourself, you master your reality. If you can just work on you, and that's working on you on learning a new skill. When you learn a new skill, what you can multiply that skill. Of course, you letting go what no longer serves. You healing your trauma. You letting go of that. You have space to hold more. You have an open more container to be able to hold your abundance and not have stuff seeping out. All the different things come back to thyself. So why are we focusing on ourselves? Why do I hear so many, especially moms and women, I hear so many women that I talk to, either clients or friends or online or whatever else. They're just like, I don't have time for myself. I'm like, I don't understand that language. Because, baby, I got time for me. I got time for me. I don't care if you got a 9 to 5. I don't care if you're an entrepreneur like I am. I don't care. You better make some time for you. If it's just 10 or 15 minutes early in the morning, meditating, or late at night or whatever, take some time for yourself to unplug without all the chatter, without all the everything that you see online. Like, we have so much going on in this reality that legitimately blocks us, that legitimately distracts us. Like, trust me, I work in social media. I'm a spiritual mentor. I'm a self-mastery coach. I'm also a content creator. I make content for brands and all the different things or whatever. So I'm on social media all the time, whether for my brand or other brands as well. And so I understand the distraction with social media, but you have to make a conscious decision every day. Like, I can get caught up in the loop sometimes. You have to make a conscious decision every day to choose yourself, like, legitimately. And so that means sometimes when you find yourself doom scrolling, you could have been spent that time meditating. You could have been spending that time with whatever emotion is coming up with you, and then you irritated and you snapping off on everybody else trying to figure out, and you don't know why you snapping off, because you got some emotions that are coming up that are asking to be looked at. And you're not realizing where they're coming from. Something in your environment could have triggered them. It could have been something going on you're feeling from the collective. It could have been something that's going on that you don't even are not aware yet, but your body feels it beforehand. And you don't know what's going on because you don't sit with yourself. You don't know what's going on because you don't do your internal work. So we have to come back to ourselves. Finding the joy within the chaos means finding yourself within this reality. Finding who you are. I'm not saying the labels of what everybody else says you're supposed to be and who you're supposed to be and how you're supposed to show up. I'm saying who you are at your core. Who God, the source inside of you, because you are one with God. I'm God, you're God, we're all God. The trees, the plants, the bees, everything else is God, just in fractal forms that are experiencing itself. So you discover who you are at your core. How your expression, the God that's channeling through you, the expression through your being, how it's wanting to be expressed, instead of what this world is saying how you're supposed to be. But you don't do that unless you come back to thyself. Self-mastery is the key. Regulating your emotions, emotional intelligence, just so many mindset. Like, when I tell you, it's so much that goes on within us. Like, this isn't just one thing. Like, when I first started coaching, I used to consider myself a mindset coach. But I moved past that real fast because it was so much more than mindset. Like, legitimately, after you start healing your mindset, I don't know what's going on there. Decline. So after you heal your mindset, your body keeps a score. So after you started healing this, if you don't start figuring out what's going on in this body, and then something happened or something, you get triggered, you're gonna go right back into that old default. Old default. Even though you consciously learned all the things in this old default, you have to start training your body. You have to start letting go of what no longer serves. You have to regulate your nervous system. You have to tell yourself you're safe. If you lived in a life full of chaos, you're not going to know what safety feels like. And when you are safe, it's going to feel like chaos. And you're going to create more chaos because you're not safe inside. You have to legitimately, that's why I tell people, shadow work and inner child work goes hand in hand. because those shadows are usually created or born after something traumatic has happened into our life or whatever. So usually you'll find a wounded little girl, a little boy, or even it's different ages in our life that trauma happens, but a lot of the trauma happens early on when we are defenseless and can't do anything for ourselves, and we're supposed to have caregivers to take care of us and watch us, and sometimes they did, or sometimes we could have been in situations where people weren't doing what they're supposed to be doing, you know what I mean? And so with that being said, a lot of those wounds are created there. But it doesn't mean they don't get credit later on down the line as well. But through those wounds, those shadows come up. Those boogeyman's, those demons inside, those things that you got to look at. You can't run away from your demons, baby. And that's one thing when people try to leave the church and all that stuff. Because spirituality, I don't even like giving it a term. It's just being one with yourself, the God within you. And with that being said, that's why you can see the truth in our religions or whatever. But when people start to realizing that it just ain't rainbows and peaches and cream, and you just meditating and wearing crystals and all that, baby, that is surface level shit. That's the surface. Surface. It's deeper. Shadow work. Are you sitting with your demons? Can you legitimately sit with them and to have a conversation with them and look at them and yeah, can you do that? Yeah. Or are you gonna run? Yeah, that's the kind of work I'm talking about. That's the kind of work I'm talking about. Being able to face your shit. Being able to face the stuff that people have done to you when you didn't have no choice. Being able to face all that without running. You got to sit with yourself. You got to let go what no longer serves. You got to find that joy within. Because once you have that joy within, you will start to seeing that even when life is got stuff going on, it's still beautiful. Like, this life doesn't tell me how I feel. Like, it can be stuff going on. We don't spiritual bypass. We feel every emotion. I'm not saying that. We feel every emotion over here. Because when stuff goes on, I feel it. I breathe. I do all my different tools. I release. I do all the things. But I feel it because we don't bypass. But I release it too. I also know that emotions are energy in motion. They're meant to be moved. They're meant to be felt, processed, and let go. Not felt, held on, and then causing more chaos. And then you're wondering why you're walking around here sick and everything else, because your energy done got chaotic, which then has manifested into physical form, and you got depression and everything else. 95% of illnesses are emotional based. Let's do the math on that. Yeah. You wonder why so many people walking around here, autoimmune disease. Like, legitimately, I was reading something yesterday. Autoimmune disease in women are not the number one, iller. Be mindful of what I say. But it is the number one within millennials and younger generation of women. It is the number one, like, silent. Like it's because we're turning on ourselves. And it makes sense, because so many women, we have been taught to put everybody else above us. Put everything else above us. Family, kids. From when we were little, as kids, we were groomed as women, as girls, to take care of other people. Don't let us have brothers and boys to take care of. We've already been groomed early on to take care of people. And that wasn't turned inwards unless you had a parent that already knew that, to take care of yourself first. You can't pour into somebody else if your cup is empty. Like, you don't have it. You just don't have it. So, I always tell people, be selfish. Pour into yourself first. So when you pour into yourself first, then you have a cup that's overfilling and it can overflow into other people. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about selfish in the way of, because that ain't even true selfishness. That just right there is still trauma. When people be selfish, it's like, that's just trauma because you're scared. That ain't true selfishness. True selfish is, I'm going to put me first. I'm going to take care of me first. And then as I fill up, I have a bountiful overflow of abundance. I can pour into other people. Other energy, I can pour into other people. That's what that's about. Yeah. So finding your joy starts within. You have to be the one to go within yourself to discover what it is that your soul is calling you to bring forth, what it is that you're meant to be birthing right now, how you want to show up into this world. Nobody can tell you this. Hey, Christian, how you doing? Nobody can tell you this. You have to go inside and do your own internal work. You can get help. You can get a mentor. That's what I do. I help to guide you through this journey within yourself, but you're going to have to do the work and go through the journey within yourself. You can't think it's going to be something that somebody to do for you. No, you got to do your own internal work. You got to be able to let go of stuff. And when stuff comes up, you got to be able to get rid of it. Because you can learn everything. That's how so many people know everything. Like, I know this, I know about this. But are you applying it? Hey, friend, I see you spreading. Thank you, love. Yes, thank you. Are you applying it? Are you applying what you're learning? Like, knowledge is one thing, but applied knowledge is wisdom. That's where the true power come in there. Because when you learn something and then you start applying it in your everyday life and you start, so then you can talk from a place of experience, not just textbook learned or saying I learned this on paper. Like, no. I know so many people just in the spiritual community that has got certificates, all kind of stuff or whatever. But then when you talk about energy work, their heart is closed off. How can you facilitate any kind of Reiki or energy work on me and your heart is closed off? Excuse me, cannot happen. Cannot happen. You cannot be a channel. You might know it on paper. You might have learned on paper, but you got to be a channel, a clear channel to let the energy flow through you. Are you doing your internal work? So that is so important for you to be able to do your internal work, and for you, when you even have a practitioner, make sure they're doing their internal work, because you can't be just teaching something you learned from a book. Everything that I learned from myself. I learned from the God within. I learned from reading. I learned from all the different things. I learned from taking courses. I learned from my inner God. Yeah, I learned from life experiences and me going through the ups and downs and me figuring this shit out the hard way. Hard knock life. That's the way I learned. Spirits me through the hard knock life version. But you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way, because I learned from experience and I understand how this goes. And I'm study growing. If somebody say they know it all, they lying. Nobody knows it all. We study growing, study learning. We might have a perspective today. Like, legitimately, the Gabby that you're talking to today wasn't the Gabby on last Thursday Live. Every day I'm changing. Like, legitimately, my thoughts are evolving. I am evolving. I'm looking at things. I'm realizing things. I'm bringing awareness to things. I'm letting go of what's not mine. I'm steady peeling back. My duty is to master myself. That is my job. That is really our job on this planet. Not the illusions of the job we've been taught. Really is to master ourselves. It's really our soul trying to figure out that, like, we are one with infinite source. We came here to experience and create, but we didn't got ourselves caught up in some crazy ass loop or some shit, whatever. But that's what we really came here to do. Not everything else that society tells us to do. That's the real thing. So find your joy in the chaos. Your joy has to come from within. You cannot get it from anywhere else. You cannot outsource your joy. Your joy does not come from material things. Your joy does not come from relationships. Your joy does not come from children. Your joy does not come from your internal joy. Has to come from yourself. And when your joy comes from yourself, then you're full, you're bountiful. Then you can see the beauty. You can see the joy. One of the first things I get my clients when they started working with me is to do gratitude. What's one of the first things I did on my journey is I had a gratitude journal. And when I tell you that's the most transformational, if you just not starting off on your journey, get a gratitude journal. Get a journal. Write in it every day. 25 to 30 times, 30 things a day that you're grateful for. And make sure they're different things. It can be something big. It can be something small. You found a penny on the ground, something big. You won something or whatever else happened, whatever. But when you do that, let me post this. It's asking me to post. Okay. But when you do that, you will start to seeing the beauty in this reality. See, a lot of people don't see the beauty in this reality. I know from personal experience, I used to didn't see it. Legitimately, when I describe how this world used to be to me when I used to be depressed and stuff, it used to be like, not black and white, but kind of like just dull in color and vibrancy. Now everything is just beautiful and vibrant, and nothing changed but my perspective. Your perspective is what creates your reality. That's what changed. Because I started seeing the beauty in me. And then the beauty externally and that's how it happens. We shift the reality by shifting ourselves. We shift our reality by shifting ourselves. We shift our reality by shifting ourselves. Let's say that together. Let's just have that a mantra. We shift our reality by shifting ourselves. When we shift ourselves, our reality change. And you walk through the journey. It's going to be highs and lows. It's going to be times when you're looking like, but the thing is, you're not supposed to be focusing on, is it working? Is it working? It's working. The fact that you are not where you were last week, not where you were last year, it's working. It's a journey. Get comfortable with the journey and stop just trying to get to the destination. That's one thing I've had to tell myself over and over. I'm just ready for the destination. I know what the destination is. I know, all this stuff. I'm looking like, I'm putting in all this work. But you have to be comfortable and be okay with the journey, because the journey is really unfolding who you are. You are being the character that's unfolding to fit the shoes of what you're asking to bring forth. You have to legitimately embody, become what you're asking. It's not gonna come if you're not embodied it. You have to legitimately embody. So it's just a journey. If you have trauma and wounds and stuff you're letting go of, everybody's journey is different. So don't judge yourself. Just because Tom, Dick, and Harry over here might be doing something better than you, what you looking like might be and it's somebody over. You do not judge. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody has different traumas. Everybody has different wounds. Everybody has different upbringings. Everybody has different things. And that's why it's another thing too to talk to people in different areas of life. Start to mingling with people, different cultures, different just different people, different brackets, all kinds of stuff, income brackets, because you're gonna learn a different perspective. And when you can start to seeing stuff from different perspectives, which is why reading books is so important. If you don't have anybody to talk to, read books, because you're going to learn to see stuff from different lenses. Because you can only see from the lens that you've been given. If you don't know what true love looks like, if you don't know what healing looks like, if you don't know what all this looks like, then you're going to be stuck doing the same thing. You got to give yourself something new to look at so you can start implementing within yourself to be like, oh, I can choose that. Because right now you're only choosing on default. You're only choosing on default. So, yes, level up the hype, present a common misconception. I don't know what TikTok doing. They got all these little things that be popping up. I'm just not noticing some of them today. But yes, so make sure you are taking care of yourself. Make sure you are finding the joy within the chaos. You can do it. That's what you're meant to do. I don't care what you got going on. You have to find some piece of joy. Some piece of joy for yourself. Some piece of joy by if it's just even you just taking time out for yourself and you're just like, oh, I just love these 10 or 15 minutes just by myself. Just start there. Start small. It don't have to be nothing big. Don't let it be big. Because when it's be big and it feel like it's too much, then you're going to end up not doing it. So that's a whole nother conversation for another day. So start off small. Do small things for yourself. You take yourself on a little walk. Go outside. Put your feet in the grass. If it's raining, get out there in the rain and dance in the rain. Let your inner child come out. Define something for yourself, for you, something that's just yours, something that's special for you, that you get a thrill out of doing. It brings out your creativity. Your creativity is where your inner child lives, all the different things. Do that for yourself. And also know too that if you go on the tube, also all these lives or whatever are on the tube on Founders of the New Earth. But I also have a children's cartoon that's coming out, and it's more than a cartoon. It's an ecosystem that's all about teaching children about emotional regulation, nervous system regulation, emotional intelligence, all the different things, so they can start off early and knowing how to do this internal work. So when they grow up, they can already have it figured out. Because I don't know about you, but I want to talk this. I had to learn this myself. I had to learn this through life. And a lot of us are learning while we are parenting our kids. So we're reparenting ourselves. And so therefore, this gives you and your children another avenue so y'all can understand together and understand together how the emotional works look. And it's through animation. It's a beautiful thing. It is a journey of creating this masterpiece to be able to help children. And it's so much that I'm learning about myself in the process. And it's a beautiful journey. You can also go over there on the tube and go to that channel. It is I had a brain freeze for a minute. Not Founders of the New Earth is where you're going to find this at on the tube. And the Magic Mind Adventures cartoon is where you're going to find the cartoon. My brain had a fart for a minute. Yes. So yes, if you're about doing internal work and you're about helping your children to be able to regulate their emotions and all the things, make sure you follow those things on the tube. And these lives are always over there on the tube as well. And you can go to the Ink in My IO and find the information. If you want to work with me, you can also go to the Ink in My IO. It's up there as well. So I will be back on live next Thursday. I go live every Thursday. Make sure you hit the notification button so you can know what time, because I used to go live at 8:30, but I switched it. I'm just like, whatever time I'm feeling divinely guided to go live on Thursday, that's what I'm going to do. So hit the notification button so you can know when I'm going live, and make sure you are choosing the joy within you, because this world is going to have chaos, but you have to decide on what joy you're going to be bringing out from